Mo, congratulations. 2 goals last week, another today. You must be delighted to help your team to another Premier League win.
Yeah, as an attacker, that's what I'm here to do, is to put the ball in the net. But most importantly, we got the 3 points, and I'm really happy for the fans because this is the last game before the Christmas. So this is a perfect gift for them, and then we wish them happy Christmas, and they're going to enjoy from this.
There was a tactical change just before the first goal. You moved from right to left. There was a switch around in the front three. What difference did that make?
Paqueta and Jazz, and me, we have the flexibility to play in all different positions. So when we switch, it makes us less predictable. So I think it was a good change from the coach, and it worked. I'm very, very happy for that.
It must be an absolute joy to play with Lucas Paqueta. He's now assisted the last 5 goals in the Premier League.
Yeah, like I said before the game, his vision and his passing ability, when he gets the ball, I just need to run, and I know he'll find me, and I admire a lot that from him,
In terms of your goal celebration as well, the fans here at West Ham, they absolutely love it. What does it mean?
It doesn't mean anything, actually. I'm just sitting down to take a deep breath, I'm tired.
You're just getting a rest.
Yeah.
And the home form here at the London Stadium has been brilliant. It's another win, as you say, for the fans. How pleased are you that you've been able to give them a big win in the last home game of this year?
Really, really big, because, this was a very, very good team, and then we stayed disciplined, and like I said, I'm very happy for us to win this for them. They're going to have their amazing Christmas to enjoy, and this is a gift from us to them.
Mo, congratulations. Have a good Christmas.
Thank you.
It's massive.
Exactly what David Moyes needed after the week that he's had. Paul, though, you thought Man United were the better team in the first half. You felt they played pretty well. What went wrong?
Yeah, they were a better team without really thinking they were going to score a goal, really. They had a couple of half chances, don't get me wrong, from Garnacho. He probably should have done better with at least one of them. But I always felt against West Ham, that type of team, they make you feel comfortable at times, and United were very comfortable. Then all of a sudden there's a quick spark, something happens, this crowd get going, and before you know it, you're 2 goals down now. But United have got problems. I think goal scoring is a big issue for them now. He's at 4 games without a goal and without creating, really. The second half, I can't think of a save the goalkeeper had to make. Now, you usually go through seasons where 1 or 2 of your forwards maybe are struggling with a little bit of confidence and they can't score goals, but it's every single one of them. There's just got no goals coming from anywhere. You talk about McTominay, 6 goals as your leading goal scorer, midfield player.
Well done. It took you a little while to come to life in that game today, but how good was that for a response to Wednesday night's game?
Yeah, massively. And, I think today's game was probably the first goal, was probably the most important, whether it be us or Man United scoring the goal. And, they're a really good side that caused us problems, but I think we had our own chances as well. And I think one thing about us as a group is we'll keep chipping away and keep plugging to try and get that first goal. And, we got that first goal, and then I think we've done really well to get the second goal as well, which, not put the game to bed, but gave us more comfortable into the last, 20 minutes or so.
Well, let's have a look at your goal. First of all, Joe, I know, loved the ball from Lucas Paqueta.
How much do you enjoy playing with Lucas? Because this ball here, as he goes in, Jared, I don't think there's many players in the Premier League who'll have the ability to pick you out. You've just continued your run there. How good is he to play with?
Yeah, just look at that ball. It's incredible. And we've spoke sometimes when if I'm playing off that right, so could just follow my pass, and he always says to me, keep running. So we've done it, and it's a moment of quality. A bit of luck off the keeper, but
a bit of luck.
Yeah, a little bit of luck. I thought I was going to chop him and sitting down, but
chop him and sitting there.
Yeah, but it just kind of, as it felt, it was just that touch, and then I thought, can I just flick it the other way? But
yeah.
If you're there and things are going for you, I think it just falls for you.
I was just going to say, a lot of your goals seem to come in that inside right side. Is that something you look for?
Yeah, and I think wherever I'm playing, wherever I'm playing, if it's up front, I always want to score goals, and I'm always trying to be on the front foot to give myself the best opportunity to score goals. And today was one of my quieter games, probably in the first half. But with me again, I think I'll just keep plugging, keep chipping away to try and get that one chance. Had the header that the keeper made a save, and then thankfully got another chance to score. But I even had to spell on the left for 5 minutes. I felt a bit lost out there because I haven't played there for years. But whether it's up front or on the right, I think that's a really good thing. If it's me, Mo and Lucas, we're quite interchangeable in terms of our positions, that we're all comfortable playing in different positions. I think Mo was number 10 when he scored his goal. Obviously Lucas played it through to him, so we've got a real bit of kind of flexibility going forward, I think.
That unpredictability from the three of you. You've now got 11 Premier League goals. Only Erling Haaland has more than you this season. Just how much are you enjoying that role and the way the three of you are all starting to really gel?
Yeah, and I think the last few weeks, I think Lucas has got 5 assists in his last 2 games or something. But I think all of us, we want to score goals. We want to be the main kind of creative spark of the team. And I think, like I said, just enjoying our football. Yes, we had some disappointing results, but I think one thing, we all enjoy playing together. That's the whole team. And we knew how important today was, winning the game to go into Christmas kind of in the top kind of 6, top 7, which is really open this season. So all we can do is keep winning our games and go from there.
Sorry.
The manager said he seen more of a hunger from you to score goals. Is that something you thought of coming back for pre-season this year?
Yeah, and I think scoring goals probably comes with confidence, and I even look at like pre-season games, like you don't count them, but I think for a confidence thing, we went to Australia and I scored a few goals and had a couple of games back here, and I think that kind of just builds your confidence going into the season, because I've had pre-seasons where I haven't scored and I'm thinking, oh no, I'm going to the season, I haven't scored even though it's only pre-season. But I think if you score a couple of goals and feel like you're playing well, for me anyway, I'm a real confidence player and feel like if I'm on the back of something, I can really keep it going. And I think that was the main thing. I think last season was a season where the first 6 months I didn't play at a level that I was happy with. So I think what I wanted to do this season was play at a level that I know I'm good at, and then consistently try and churn out those performances week in, week out. And I feel like I'm doing that, but I feel like there's always room to improve as well for me.
We can have a look at Mohamed Kudus's second goal as well of the game today. Tell us more about the impact he's made and behind the scenes as well. How popular
you look at me,
is
I've got my hands on my knees, I'm absolutely blowing. But no, I think when he was going through, me and Vladdy were like, please score, because we knew how important it would be. But we're finishing a bit left foot, right foot. You see, this is a right foot one. 2 goals against Wolves last week were left foot and right foot. But obviously, again, we get a bit of luck. It's an unforced mistake, but we have to capitalise on those opportunities when you're playing a team like this. That's they're good with the ball, and we had to just be clinical with it. And great ball by Lucas and great composure by Mo to finish it. And then, like I said, not put the game to bed, but make it more comfortable for us in the last 15.
I was just going to say, that's the difference between West Ham's team and United's team. They haven't really got anybody who's scoring. I think with Jared and Kudus, what he's doing in their team, Paquetá obviously creating as well, it takes a little bit of pressure off you, doesn't it? Like you say, you're hoping he scores there and puts the game to bed. But
and
that's
they can come from Souček and the midfield as well.
Exactly, set piece delivery as well. It's brilliant. So there's goals from all over the place, and look, he's doing fantastic, and it can continue now. A little bit disappointed it happened today, but he can carry on now with his for England. He can save him for England now.
Can't go back. Up to 6th in the table, which is a really nice position to be in. You've of course got the last 16 in the Europa League. Just how satisfied are you with this season so far and that current position? Yeah,
and listen, I think there's been ups and downs, and we've had games where we've been really disappointed with, and probably coming off the back of Wednesday night was another opportunity for us, but that we played a really good Liverpool side. But if we won that, we could have been in the semi-final, which could be sat here saying we're in a semi-final in the last 16 in Europe, and 6th in the league. So you know, it's been a really good start. I think there's always room for us to improve, but I think, like I said, with the quality, I think, of the Premier League this year, how open it is in terms of that, probably that top 10, even a couple of teams below, it is probably the open it's ever been, I think, that I've played in for a long time. So, you know, we know it's difficult, but all we can do is win our games. We wanted to win today. We have Arsenal away next, which is a tough game, followed by Brighton at home. But, you know, if you want to be talking about finishing in the top 6, you have to go and beat these teams. You have to go and, you know, put a performance in and pick up points.
And you can go and enjoy Christmas now. How strict is the manager?
No, he said enjoy it. I don't know what the days off are yet. We've got, I think, 5 days until the game, so it's probably a bit weird not playing on Boxing Day. I think it's the first time for a while that we haven't played on Boxing Day, but you know, I don't think you can ever fully enjoy Christmas. You always got something in the back of your mind, you know, can I eat that last roast potato, can I have that pudding, because you're always thinking, is it going to affect me on the pitch? But you know, I think now with the game how it is, it puts you in a good mood for tonight, Christmas Eve, obviously, and Christmas Day as well, to spend it with the family.
Well, go and enjoy it. Jared, thanks for coming out to talk to us. Well done on the win.
So yeah, absolutely delighted. A brilliant win.
I'm talking about the golf there.
I know.
But that was a great win for us today. We didn't do brilliant in the first half, but we've done the job. We're just off the back of a game 2 days ago and a big defeat, so it took us a wee bit of a while to get into the game, but as the game went on, I thought we got much better.
I'd agree with that, David. Looking at, I think you're right. I thought Garnacho probably the best chance in the first half.
Yeah.
Didn't think your team created an awful lot. It looked as though a couple of wee tweaks here and there. I thought Paquetá moved forward, a little bit forward on a kind of false 10. And I thought he got on the ball. When you got on, I thought he was different class second half. He got on the ball. Obviously that allows Bowen make runs. Kudus on the left hand side, excellent. The one of two wee changes were excellent for you.
We did. We made the change, and I was sometimes when you make the change it doesn't work. But we put Paquetá more like a number 9, and just to come off and see, I thought he held the ball up brilliantly well, a bit like an old-fashioned centre forward, and he held things up. It just allowed Jared, who when we've been doing this is later in games, he's actually been getting a goal. When we put him back wide, he's coming in late and getting a bit of room to score. And Kudus, we dropped in just behind him, and well, they're really talented players, and we can move them around, which is something which you know, sometimes in games you can do it and you get it wrong, but today we got it right.
Got to say, David, we spoke about before the game about his creativity, and obviously he has another 2 assists, but his ball to Bowen for the opening goal was magnificent, mate.
Amazing.
It was a brilliant pass. And if you said to me at half-time, I was disappointed that I didn't think we played in behind. I thought we played in front of Manchester United. We didn't threaten them. But again, look, so many games, you just don't know if it's the players are just not there. But the second half, we tell them at half-time, and he is the one who takes risks with the ball. And sometimes I said to you before, I says I could be pulling my hair out, kicking balls in behind, not there. But when he's now, I think that's 5 assists in the last 2 games.
He's assisted the last 5 goals in the Premier League. It's amazing.
I mean, his pass was amazing.
Brilliant.
And then even Jared to get the ball under control in the tight, you know, it was close between him and the goalkeeper, and you'll know better than MD, but to get a goal, it doesn't really matter how you get it. If you bundle them in, if you put it through their legs, or whatever you do,
Ali took them however he got them, didn't he?
Oh, absolutely. But I'm watching, and he's one that we're talking about him during the game, David, and he just, I bet he feels as though he's going to score every game. He looks as though he's full of confidence. He feels as though he's going to score every game.
Well, at the start when I said he just looks, and you, again, because you've done it, I think when you get that way, you nearly feel as if I'll get a goal here. He looks as if he knows where to go, he knows when to run, and he'd been a bit quiet. I thought he was quiet in the first half and didn't offer an awful lot. So that was the thought about how can we maybe get him a bit more room and spike it up a little bit.
We saw the way you celebrated both of the goals and the win at the end, David. You've been in this game long enough. Did it feel like you had to defend yourself a bit this week? Did you need that win today?
Well, I shouldn't have to really. I think if you look at the points we've had this year, I think we've won 31 games or something. And if you go calendar year, you know, won a trophy in the middle of it as well. You know, West Ham are not going to win all our games. We're not that sort of club. We're not that team. We're not ready to do that. I hope that we can build towards it. I had 11 years at Everton where I had to build every year. We've just lost the best player in England in the summer. So, you know, that takes time to get back and do the job. But look, we're in a pretty lofty position, and you know, we're disappointed we went out in midweek. But if we'd been knocked out against Lincoln in the first round, you know, I don't know if people would have been talking quite as much about it.
Well, I'm just going to say to you, I mean, surely you can get your feet up and enjoy your turkey, because you're sitting 6th in the league, right? Above Newcastle, above Manchester United, above Chelsea, Brighton. It's not doom and gloom, is it?
It's not. What would you have done as manager if
I'd
that
have
had
got
happened to you?
I'd have got my feet up and enjoyed a bit of turkey.
Well, I'm going to do that as well, and the players deserve it because the players have, we had 3 games in 6 days this week. This one was early kick-off. We had to play 8 o'clock at Anfield, and we played against Wolves last Sunday. So 3 games in 6 days for the players has been a big ask, and not just that, we're prior work as well. But anyway, look, we take the result. When you get it, you take it. We're all managers. We all want to win. We feel much better when we get it.
What do you do with the players over the Christmas period?
I'm not telling.
Do they get
everybody.
turkey as well?
Yeah, they'll
David?
get turkey. Yeah. After training, maybe.
Well, look, you absolutely should be celebrating a big win today and a great end to the year as well. Thank you for joining us.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate
Thank
your
you.
time.
Good to see you.
Well done today. Congratulations.
Well done.
Cheers.
Well done.
Very happy. David Moyes. Merry Christmas.
Well done, mate. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, very happy David Moyes. Thanks, Jules and Ali there. He just wants to hang out with Ali McCoist. I mean, who doesn't? We all would chat to Ali all day long, but David Moyes heading off there towards the tunnel for a very happy Christmas after beating Manchester United 2-0 here today. He had a bit of a hard time this week following the League Cup exit, Joe, and the manner of that. He said he shouldn't have to defend himself, really. When we look at that league table now and they're 6th, is he correct?
Absolutely. There has been a subset of West Ham fans, and they're brilliant West Ham fans. I played here, but they're very demanding, and for some reason, David Moyes, for all of the achievements and everything he's done for this club, there is still a portion of them that is just going to be 1 or 2 games away from a crisis. And David shouldn't have to defend himself. And I would say to them people who think that, sometimes if you're wrong, you're wrong. Have a time over Christmas at your turkey. Really think about where the club was when David Moyes...
Think about your behaviour.
No, where it was, because I don't want to see this club... like David said, West Ham will lose games. There'll be a spell where West Ham will go 5 or 6, 7 games and get bad results.
But is it a style of play thing, though, Joe, rather than the position, the results?
Look, style of play. People talk about style of play. If you pay for your ticket to come to watch West Ham and you get to watch Bowen, Kudos and Paqueta, one of the most entertaining players in the world, you're getting your money's worth. They're used to it. They've had, Payet, Di Canios, Trevor Brookins. They're used to watching players that entertain them. So they've got that. Plus they're winning games. Plus they're winning trophies. So I think if anybody's still at home over Christmas, have a think about it, because it's absurd to even think of this. What David's done for the club is outstanding. And if West Ham do have a bad run, if any man's got something in the bank where he could have a little bit of leeway, it should be David Moyes and his coaching staff, because he's been outstanding.
There you go. That's Joe Cole's Christmas message. It's like the alternative King's message there. Thank you for that, Joe. Let's hear from the Man United boss now. Erik Ten Hag has been speaking to Jules.
Erik, in a game that took a while to come to life, you leave with another defeat. What do you think cost you in the end?
I think we had a solid performance. As you think... And telling me it's a game came not alive. I think we're controlling the game. I think we performed very solid, controlling the game in possession. Also, we didn't give chances away, not on transition, and we had to score. We had the opportunities, and we didn't do. And then I think one moment of switching off, we conceded a goal.
Not scoring, though, still an ongoing issue. It's now 4 consecutive games in all competitions without a goal. You tried Marcus Rashford down the middle today with little effect. Do you feel like you're exhausting all your options at the moment?
No, he has done it before and successful. And so many games this season, last season. We have the options there. Where Marcus, he can play, I think, from all the positions in the front. He can play across, but the most effective probably is down the middle or from inside left.
We spoke to Luke Shaw just a moment ago, and in terms of that lack of scoring goals, he seems to think that it could be down to a lack of creating enough chances or a lack of confidence. Is it a combination of both?
This is always when the strikers don't score for a couple of games, then the confidence will decrease. But they have to believe, and they proved in the past they can do. So work hard, invest. Also as a team, we have to make the passes that we come in the final third. But then also, we have to demand each other that we have to make the box.
Defensively as well, that was the 10th different centre-back partnership that we've seen you play with this season. Is that becoming an issue?
But they played well. But Of course, you want to have routines, and when the routines are not there, then you concede probably a goal like we did now. I think when the routines are in, I think you sort these moments out.
A defeat for Erik ten Hag's side thanks to a player of the match performance from Lucas Paquetá, who is out there on the pitch right now. He's got a couple of little Paquetás in training at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't look bad, do they?
He's the shorts and the t-shirt. He's well adapted to British weather, isn't he? It's fantastic.
I think we might have scored if them two were playing. Maybe not.
Let's talk a little bit about Man United, Paul. You've got to do it. 13 defeats for the season so far. That's the most before Christmas since 1930.
Better,
the club just stuck in a rut?
Yes, it feels like that. Things aren't going great, as we know. Things with the ownership, hopefully this next couple of weeks are going to get sorted, and that will help. But I feel for the manager because I know he won't make the excuse about injured players, but he's got 4 of his first centre halves missing. He's got 2 midfield players in Eriksen and Casemiro. Casemiro obviously world class, what he did with Real Madrid and Brazil. Eriksen, we know when his days are a top class player as well, and his forwards players just look. I felt today, I never felt they were going to score a goal, even when they're in the control in the first half. I felt confidence was that bad, and a lack of patience and play and a bit of brain, a bit of cleverness about him to go and score. I never felt it was there. Yet with West Ham, as poorly as they played, I thought United were in control for large parts. I always felt they were going to score because of the form them 2 players are in, especially Kudus and Jared Bowen. Now, on the flip side of that, United have no confidence whatsoever. They're shot to pieces. They can't even say the word goal, let alone score one at the minute. They're in big trouble, and at some point it's going to have to change. But I don't know how a coach deals with it. I don't know how a coach coaches players to score goals. You can put them in positions, you can try them in different positions, but having that coolness of head when you're clean through or making that last pass, making that last decision, the manager can't affect that. So. Look, I think the players themselves have to have a long, hard look at themselves. You're an attacking team. You're Manchester United. It's all about scoring goals. Look, the other team might sometimes might score goals, yeah, but you make sure you score more than them. Now, at this point, it's
how
very
many do you
difficult
think Harry Kane would have got in this team this season?
Look, that's an impossible question to ask. I think he'd have got more. I don't think he'd have got as many as he's got in Munich, put it that way. But I think he'd have got more. And I think he'd have created a lot more chances as well. He likes to drop in them holes. And you know the quality he has. And I know these players with him know the strengths of the Hurricane, and they will get the...
Luke, it's another Manchester United defeat today. How do you assess the performance out there?
Just not good enough, really. I think we have to win games, and that's it. We keep losing games, losing points, and we're making it very hard for ourselves, especially that second half. Not good enough. First half, we controlled the game. I think we had chances again. If we score the first goal, maybe the result's different, but we don't. We suffered in that second half, and again, it's not good enough.
They made a tactical change just before they scored their first goal in order to disrupt the defence of Manchester United. Why weren't you able to adapt to that?
I don't feel like it disrupted us. I think I have to be honest. The pass was an unbelievable pass, and obviously he got a bit of luck with the rebound, and that's that. But the second goal, okay, it's a mistake, but that doesn't matter. I think. From the start of the second half, we was not the same as the first half, and it showed, and that's why I'm here now, and we've lost 3 points again.
And you talk about that lack of scoring goals as well today. It's the 4th consecutive match now without a goal for United. Why is that?
I don't know. It's tough to kind of think what's going on. I think maybe we're just not creating enough. And then when we do, on the other hand, we're not clinical. And I think maybe it could be a lack of confidence at the moment. Sometimes that's normal in football, it happens. But like I said, we have to try and keep staying positive. We've got another big game coming up against Aston Villa, so we can't feel sorry for ourselves. We have to pick ourselves up and go again, because it's a home game, and like I said, we can't keep dropping points. We have to win games.
Is it difficult to continue to stay positive when it feels like this lack of consistency has been going on all season?
Yeah, it is, but it's our job. You know, we have to stay positive. You know, this is Manchester United, one of the biggest clubs in the world, and like I said before, it's not good enough. What we're doing, the results that are coming, and we know that. And we have to dig deep. You know, we have to look ourselves in the mirror and question ourselves, and go from there, really.
You've only just yourself returned from injury, but today we've seen the 10th different centre-back partnership in the team. Is that causing an issue as well?
To be honest, no excuses. I think, like I just said then, this is Manchester United. I think any player that steps out on that pitch for Manchester United has to be good enough to win games. And, you know, that's that really. I can't really say anything else. We can't look at excuses. Of course, it's tough. There's been a lot of injuries, but I think you look over the Premier League, a lot of teams have been picking up injuries, so we can't be making excuses. Like I said, we know it's not good enough.
Thanks, Luke.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
No excuses from Luke Shaw. He said he knows it's not good enough. Do you have to feel for the travelling fans today, Paul?
Yeah, of course you did. The Man United's away fans are brilliant. They always will be. Obviously a little bit disappointed today, of course they will, because they've had nothing to cheer about, and unfortunately that's been the same for quite some while. I agreed with him. I thought the first half United were good. I thought they played quite well. They took the ball well. They played out from the back well. They created a couple of chances. A couple of their mistakes that gave them chances. Possibly should have scored in it. It might have been different. I really don't know. But second half, it really fizzled out, and there was no creativity, as he said. You look at the West Ham team, you think of the partnerships, the connections they've got with Jared Bowen and Paqueta and Kudus and Ward-Prowse. They look like a team that can score goals, that can create.
He's smiling when he's talking about playing alongside those
well, you
players.
Would do. You would do. And then you look at Man United's probably front 4 or 5. You're thinking Garnacho, Højlund, Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, Anthony. It's like they don't know each other. It's like they're not on the training pitch every single day with each other. There's no, I don't, you know, when Bruno gets the ball, does Højlund know what to do? Does he know where to go? There's no. Sometimes you don't even have to speak to people. There's just a little look, and there's a little run into space, or some little running behind, and the ball comes from, which should be Bruno Fernandes. He should be United Paqueta, really, and he's not really doing that.
So why is that chemistry not there then? Is that something to do with the
Well,
training
that's
or the atmosphere behind the scenes?
That's the $1 million question, is it? I don't know. Try to go back when I was playing him. Did a manager ever tell me how to score a goal? I don't think he did. Did he tell me how to pass it into a front player? Possibly, but you cannot create connections unless you're on the training pitch every single day, getting to know each other, getting to know what each one of you do, what your strengths are. And I felt in our team we knew what each other's strengths were. I don't think in this team, I don't think they've got any idea how to play together, and that is costing them. And look, goal scoring, no goals in 4 games. It's becoming a little bit embarrassing now, and I just can't see when you're watching the games. It's not as if they're missing chances. They're not creating chances, and that's the most worrying thing.
So it's the creativity and the finishing, it's all a problem?
I think it's all a problem. I think creativity is a big one. You think in the middle of the pitch. Manu, he seems to be very much a holding midfield player. I think he has got the ability, and that will come with confidence. He's got to play the ball forward a little bit more. I think the only time in this team in the last 18 months I saw a connection was probably between Eriksen and Bruno Fernandes. Eriksen has missed a lot of the season. Now, that has to come back. I think with Casemiro in the team as well. A lot of injuries, and it's a very patched up team, so that's difficult also to get a little bit of rhythm in the team. But this has been happening for weeks now. I don't think you're going to see the best of this Man United team now until possibly end of January. When people come back middle of January, then you've still got time to get back to fitness, to get back to sharpness. It's going to be a tough few weeks for them.
Well, they're going to have to wait to get players back, because they've been told to expect a quiet January, to not expect many incomings, if any, and if they are, players will have to go out, they'll have to be on loans. There's financial fair play to take into consideration. So how do they fix it with what they've got?
What I saw, you know, all them things that Scholes he said are spot on, but above all that, I saw a lack of energy. You know, I was sitting behind the Manchester United bench, so you get a feeling for, like, you know, the players, you know, how they're talking to each other, and I just saw a lack of energy from the players on the pitch, where it was like, you know, Scholes is right. They work. They work enough with each other to have cohesion, to know what they're good at. Like Adam said it in commentary. He said Højlund is has the second least touches of Premier League centre forwards. That's Manchester United's centre forward, not Luton or Sheffield United or Burnley. You know, they have to be taking the game to him. So there's something within the structure of the team that's not right. You know, I like Erik. He comes and speaks to us, and he's really open. You know, he's a top manager. He's won things in Holland. I just think, I wonder if it's a case where you need to get the senior players in the room and just have a real good sort out and say, where do you see the problems? You know, and be a bit more strong. You know, you've got the Sancho, you know, thing in the background. You know, these things in previous managers, without harping back, because you talk about Manchester United, and ultimately you go back to Scholes' era, and it's tough to come and play for him now because of the success that they've had. I think they need to recruit on character next rather than even performance, because the one thing that you can't have is you can't have a team which is playing for Manchester United without, it doesn't look like they got that desire and heart. I'm not saying they don't, it doesn't look like it. I'm only saying what I see. You know, where's the players crashing into tackles and lifting the crowd and chasing down the goalkeeper? West Ham were not at it for 70 minutes. You know, back in the day, you couldn't play Manchester United if you was West Ham and not be at the very, very top of your game, and then you might get a result.
You know what it's like that, Joe, when you're going through a bad period, when goal scorers aren't scoring, midfielders aren't really producing, being creative, it gets tough for you. Your legs get heavy, your confidence has gone, and all of a sudden it's very difficult to get it back. But it'll only take, I'm hoping, a really lucky goal, a deflection off someone, the deflection off someone's backside, and they're off and running. But as I say, creativity-wise in the middle of the pitch is not good enough. They have to get Eriksen back. They have to get Eriksen back and firing. How long that's going to take, I'm not too sure.
OK, well, a bad day for Man United.
They certainly have.
Derek Ray, joined here in the commentary box, as always, by Lee Dixon. And it's all about action from the Premier League in this case. It is Manchester City up against Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, thank you, Derek. Always my favourite time of the week, spending time with you at games. We should be in for a belter here with these two.
And here's the Manchester City lineup. Ederson gets the nod in goal. Alexander Zinchenko starts with Joao Cancelo in the fullback positions. Kevin De Bruyne starts with Rodri in central midfield. And the main forward is Gabriel Jesus. Joao Cancelo. Patient enough build-up. Can they carve out a chance? Must take the lead here. Well, they're going to be... I must say, I think it's impossible to take your eyes off Kevin De Bruyne when he's in top form. And Lee, so much to like about the Belgian and the way he goes about his business.
Absolutely. I'm just trying to think of a weakness. I'm not sure how good he is in the air. Heading, he probably can still head the ball, but everything else, left foot, right foot, sees a pass, scores goals, energetic, vibrant, hungry. I could go on all night long.
Complete player. Got to it easily, the keeper. Losing the ball, Dele Alli. De Bruyne threading it through. Reguilon. Now Son. Promising move from Tottenham. Well, the defending not the best here. And a Tottenham Hotspur pretty clear.
Oh, I like that, Derek. Good refereeing. Nice and strong. Told the player exactly.
Ball is loose. MRBEAR.
Well, goalkeepers live a charmed life at times, but that was just brilliant. Really, really good goalkeeping.
Lo Celso. Lo Celso. Bale. Son in the centre. Just not testing the